coral reefs, while incredibly beautiful, are also the main food source for almost 1 billion people. They also protect thousands of miles of coastline from storms and tsunamis and coastal erosion.
A number of different medicines are derived from chemical compounds that are found on organisms only found on the reefs. There are cultures whose identities are closely tied to reefs and healthy reefs and species that are found on reefs. The largest industry on our planet is tourism. It employs more people than any other industry.
Underwater is just a perfect place to be.
In the last 40 years, we've lost 25% of reefs worldwide. And scientists tell us if we don't change what we're doing as a global community, we'll lose 50% of what's left by 2050. We as an organization, Coral Reef Alliance, look at where are those locations around the world that are already trying to protect their reefs? Where are those marine protected areas that are struggling? And who are the communities that live near them? Then we can begin a dialogue and say, what's wrong? How come you can't protect your reef? What do you need to do effective management? What does the community need? And then we create a plan to build the capacity of that community, to increase the effectiveness of whatever management's going on there, and find ways that that can be made sustainable.
There is the view of many that they don't want to work with international organizations because they have the feeling that they're just going to come and tell you what to do. But in this case, Coral, and this is also the spirit of the Alliance, has been not to tell everybody what to do, but let's get together and identify what we can do.
We take the last part of our name very seriously. We're an alliance. We don't do this ourselves, but we require local participation. And that human level, I think, is what really sets us apart. At least what I've been able to hear from our partners on the ground is that we listen. We're there. We're not just providing plans. We're joining hand in hand with on-the-ground, site-based work.
There is a lot that can be done to educate tourists, and with those dive masters that are in the water day after day, and they can be the sentinels that help protect the reef and make sure that their guests are following the best practices. So I think, the work that's going on to develop these codes of conduct it's highly valuable.
I will find that I get down there, and sometimes I'm taking care of students, and I just end up in awe of what I'm seeing. Lush coral, beautiful sponges, creatures that live in and around it. And I tend to get carried away, and I said, oh, stop. You're taking care of students. Don't forget that.
We are at a critical breaking point in the history, at least modern human history, of losing an entire global ecosystem in our lifetimes. And with that, that means we're losing human cultures.
Over the next 5 years, Coral has a plan to create 17 centers of excellence, if you will. Locations strategically placed around the globe where communities are living in concert with their reef. And not only doing it well, but providing role models for neighboring villages and communities.
It definitely works. The whole marine park, the stopping of the poaching, fish numbers are increasing, and we're seeing more diversity as well. And this is the important thing. I would say that at least once a week, my boats come back from the dive with the staff and the customers on, and we go through the dive books to see what we've been watching and viewing on that particular dive. And at least once a week, somebody sees something that they've not seen before. The diversity is there, and that, yes, we still have a long way to go to maintain sustainability of the reef, but it's starting to work. The life is coming back.
We don't need to do more science. We don't need to discover anything new. All we have to do is work to stop destroying them. If we stop destroying reefs, they'll be around for another 2 million years.